for all my nasty hoes, yeah, from across the globe. This goes for all my nasty hoes, yeah, from across the globe.
Look, now I said luxury apartment. Wow. I'm young and I'm heartless. There's a bitch that ain't my vision. That bitch is a target. Lawyer is a Jew. He gon' chew up all the charges. No matter if you fuck with me, I get money regardless. That guap guap, get some chicken. Guap guap, get some bread. Guap guap, get some chicken. Guap guap, get some bread. Bitch, press. You can flex. Get some money, ho. Tell me why you stressed. Now I said hoes.
Welcome back to the Why So Serious podcast, and we are back for another review of Insecure. Today we have the same crew, Devin, Danielle, and Stephanie, and we are, let me pull this up because I'm unprepared. Let me see here. Today is Insecure, Insecure Season 3, Episode 4, called Fesh-Like. What's this stupid synopsis? Issa tries to let go of cherished mementos. Molly vents to her therapist about work. That's a terrible synopsis. All right, so Danielle, you were salty on the last episode, so how do you feel about this one?
And salty.
All
this
salty,
time.
yeah. Do tell.
This episode was lit. I liked it. It was funny. I like how from the beginning to the end, it was pretty lit. I'm not going to go into detail yet, but I really enjoyed this episode. It was great.
What about you, Steph?
This has, mind you, this is only episode 4. This has probably been my favorite episode of the season so far. I like these Issa-centered episodes, even though we did have splashes of Molly, but this is mostly about Issa. But, I love this episode. It was so good. And I got to see it early. Which I didn't know until I looked on Twitter. Like, someone's like, oh, I'm glad Issa released the episode early. I'm like, wait, what? We getting the power treatment? Because you know how niggas act about power. Like, oh, midnight. Oh, I gotta watch Power.
That shit being the worst.
And I was like, what? I watched this at, like, at 8:39. It usually comes on at 10:30. So I was like, wait, why is it on demand? I don't care. I'm going to watch it. I don't care. And then I watched it again at 10:30.
Devin, what about you?
It was a dope episode. I love the energy, and I love like how much storytelling they did in 30 minutes. Like, it was dope. Like, we moved the season right along, but we got more Issa stuff. And my favorite thing in the whole wide world, 2 seconds into the episode, we got Mara Issa back, and that shit is everything for me. So I was so happy that she moved into her own place and she got the Mara Issa back. So I love the episode, and we'll dive into it.
Oh yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. I think it was a lot to talk about. I like this episode because I could tell my wife, see, this is why we should have moved to LA when we had the chance, because this shows all the best parts of LA, and LA you don't like. You see the black part of LA, but you see it in like a non-crime perspective, which is what you often see in movies and TV shows. So yeah, I love this a lot, and there's a lot to talk about. So all right, let's just get started. The show starts with Issa. She's talking in the mirror, and you can tell she's happy as shit to be back in her own spot. Then they even did the thing where she was like, "Stay right here." In the mirror, Issa was like, "I ain't going nowhere," and I was like, "That's interesting," but it was kind of funny. And so then you walk back out, and it looked like Daniel was helping her move. So what did you guys think about that whole thing? I thought we were going to see Daniel and her moving, but what do y'all think about Daniel actually helping her to move?
I expected him to be there, but I thought he would be like, maybe I just thought Issa would have more stuff, but it's like you just bought him a box, and I'm like, that was it. But the fact that he's like, oh, here's your box. All right, I gotta go. It's like, wait, what?
He's like, I'm out this thing because he's salty on the left.
It is what it is. Like, he definitely salty for her not staying at his crib. So you're right.
And
he play all day though. He play all day. Here goes your box. All right, I ain't help me put up nothing. You got it.
Right.
The funny part about this is it kind of like Daniel was wrong for how he talked about Issa last episode. I mean, talked like the tone and the stuff he said.
Right.
But the message, this kind of confirms how he was feeling. because he felt like Issa only calls him when she needs him. Like when she was having the fucked up time with Lawrence, that's when she went with him the first time. And then she went there, then she called him again when she crashed the car when she was looking at dick pics. And then when she got kicked out the house, she went over there again. So it was like always in this time of need. But whenever things start to look up for Issa, it's like, well, Daniel, now you go back to being just that dude on the side. And that's from his perspective. So I can see why he was a little mad at that. And that's why Issa was kind of like, well, you know, I appreciate you. It's like one of those things where people are condescending to you. So it was mad awkward to me. And then
it was mad awkward.
And then when he was leaving, he ran into Molly. And Molly was and Molly
all the shade.
All the shade and side eye, like, all right then, Daniel.
Bye, Daniel. I was like, oh.
I was like, well, damn. Okay.
Yeah.
And Molly's wig was looking great, by the way.
Awesome.
It did,
good.
though.
That bob is flawless. That's flawless.
Bob is popping. The bob is popping.
And so then Molly's helping Issa unpack, and Issa's like, my glasses is broke. And then Molly tried to blame it on her brother. And Issa was like, nigga, this shit was at your house. Yeah. And so Molly out there breaking shit. And so then...
but then Molly turned to the therapist, though. Look, when Molly turned into the therapist and was like, bitch, you need to let go. That shit was everything.
Yeah, but Molly need to take her own damn advice.
Exactly.
She really do.
But
oh, God.
First of all, the first thing I said was I had to be a little thirsty because I said, this show... I watched it 2 times. And the second time I said... There's a running theme in this show of trying to make Molly thick because we'll get when she put that blue dress on later.
Molly is thick? What we doing?
Is she? I never noticed that until this week.
I don't know. That blue dress was good, but the jeans.
That blue dress, I was like, okay.
When I saw her in that blue dress, I said, what happened here? Like, what's going on here?
But again, visit them jeans when she was in East apartment. I was like, oh,
she still looked hippie in them jeans.
A little hippie.
She looked real hippie in them jeans. So I was happy to see that. I was very proud of Molly. Molly been doing squats. Molly got a job and Molly does squats.
I gotta.
She was doing all those squats when she wasn't working.
You ain't see that blue dress, Danielle?
At the end.
You ain't noticed that?
Oh, I saw it, but I didn't really peep her hips though.
Oh, I definitely.
That's what happens when you get all them back shots. Back shots make you sick.
See. I'm looking at her. I'm looking at her right now. Her Instagram. She's not. I mean.
That's what I said.
Different. I guess different angles. You know what I'm saying?
Until I saw that. That's exactly what I said. And then I saw her in this episode, and I said, did Molly go visit a doctor or something in between episodes? I don't want to, make assumptions.
Yeah.
But it looked like she went and visited a doctor.
No speculation.
Yeah, no speculation. So then she was like, and she bought Issa some Henny XO, which is some real, like, bougie nigga shit. And Issa's like, yo, let's drink, but I ain't got no glasses. And then she
real thugs drink out the bottle.
Yeah, that's you, Danielle. You drink out the bottle.
I mean, hey, you got to christen the old place. You can't let some glasses get in the way.
Hello? Let me get a swig.
And then she found like this old ass book. Like, what's the nigga's name?
That's when.
Let me tell you something. Don't slander Zane like that. Every black woman had a Zane book. I did not.
And what's that other nigga name? Dickie something?
Dickie. Jerome Dickey.
Eric Jerome Dickey, yes. It's the other nigga. Did you have Eric?
I don't know why. Because she was talking about Zane, the Sex Chronicles. I'm like, everybody's read Sex Chronicles.
Everybody.
Every black woman and person who likes black dick has read Sex Chronicles.
Likes black dick. Wow, that was good.
I'm just saying. Every black woman, femme, queer, however you identify, if you like black dick, you read Sex Chronicles.
All right. Thank you. We're sex positive on the show. I appreciate that.
I'm just saying.
So Molly starts talking about her job and how it's uncomfortable and shit. And Issa's like, look, you need to be yourself and stop trying to be phony. But listen, she was still phony this whole episode. So ridiculous. And then Molly starts a trash box. She's like, you need to get rid of this old shit. You need to be a brand new bitch. And then Issa was like, every time I try this, like, this shit don't go right. And then she was throwing mad shit out. And then she found these mixtapes. And she was like, yeah, these got Adele. And then Molly was like, fuck out of here. And she's like, yeah, but Lawrence made them for me. And I was like, oh, shit, see? Why are you holding on to some Lawrence shit? That shit was 5 years ago. Let that shit go. I'd have listen,
on our first date, he made it after our first date. Yeah, he definitely was 5 years ago.
I'd have thrown that shit out as soon as he left. Right, immediately. No memories. And then Trina knocked on the door talking about squirrels being on the wall. And I'm like, what's Issa going to do about some squirrels being in the walls? Issa's not about to do shit.
They just try to give her a hard time because she knew.
So what y'all think about this conversation with Issa and Molly, Danielle?
You said what?
What do you think about this first scene?
First scene in regards to the moving in and talking about what you need to throw out, what you need to keep.
Yeah, do you think it's time? You think it was time for Issa to be a brand new bitch?
Yeah, man. She got a new job, new apartment. I mean, well, not new job yet, but she got the new apartment. You know, she gotta let shit go, man. I mean, I think it was real when she was like, every time, because you know how females always, well, people in general, they say new year, new me, then they end up entertaining the old, the same old shit. So I do feel like that was like a real ass friend-to-friend moment when talking about how you get new things, but you ain't moved on for real. You know what I mean? So I think that it was a real ass moment. Well, your homegirl helping you move in, and y'all talking about what you need to let go and what you don't want to let go. So yeah, I'm all with that shit because I already know Steph. That's exactly how we would be in that apartment.
So
what? Wait, what?
Would you?
the new year, new me. The new apartment,
yeah.
new me.
That's what happens when you get moved to a new space. It's kind of like you go, I gotta be a new bitch.
So Devin, at this point, did you think Issa was gonna like start over, like try something new?
Oh, definitely. Like, I mean,
at this point in the show,
yeah, you just knew if you watching this season that it's on her mind to do new things. Would she actually take the leap to actually grow? That's what you didn't know, but you could say she was feeling that from just always looking at the beach joints from the new after school program or whatever that serves the kids.
Beach Crew.
Yeah, Beach Crew. From looking at that all the time to realizing where she is with Daniel, and you could just feel that she wants the change to happen. So when you have a cheerleader behind you, it pushes you in the right direction. And Molly gave her that push she needed to get away with that old life and start stepping into the new Issa.
Yeah. So then they went to Molly's crib, and she looked lonely as fuck. And she got in her bed, and they purposely did the screen, the angle where it's like you would film two people in the bed talking, but there ain't nobody sitting next to her ass. And so then her dog jumped up, and the dog was adorable as shit, even though I hate French bulldogs.
It's like, you ain't supposed to be up here. And then that loneliness hit her.
And then he copped up like he been there before. I'm like, don't act all brand new now. It's like, you act like I don't come up here.
And I said, I hope she's not thinking about Dro, dumbass.
Oh, you know she is.
I know she is. She said it later. And
Man, that's good.
Then they go back to Issa. She's still unpacking, and she convinced herself not to let shit go. She started taking shit out that trash box, like, oh, I could use this, and why should I throw away these CDs? And then she got her old rap book, and I was like, why does every time Issa rap, it sound like an early 90s rap, but she only supposed to be like 30? So she was probably born in like 1988. And she rapping like she was born in the 70s. Everything is like some Run DMC type rap. Then they went back to Molly's law firm, and they was discussing strategy. But every time Molly wanted to jump in, Stacey and Teresa would like say her idea, so she couldn't say it. And then they had this nigga Torian, who Molly was talking, and he just talked all over top of her. In the
no, that's so disrespectful.
all over top of her in the meeting. And Molly was like, okay. It's like she didn't know what to say. And then she walked up all awkwardly to Stacey and Teresa, and she was like, that Torian has a lot of passion, doesn't he? And they were like, yeah, passion. And she was like, yeah, is he always very passionate like that? And the one woman was like, they ain't teach modesty. They ain't teach modesty at Morehouse. Like, you ain't got to say passion, Molly. Like, say what you mean. And she was like, oh, I thought I was the only one. And I was like, listen, Molly, why is Molly still doing that dumbass voice? Like she did it in the later scene. Like why is she talking like that still around black people? Like, just like the rest of them ain't talking like that. Why she still got that voice?
Right.
But Steph, as a woman in the workplace, could you relate to what Molly was going through in that meeting?
Yeah, I could, because I know what it's like to be the new person, and you're not familiar with everyone in the office. And then when you're talking to people who've been there already, you don't want to say the wrong thing and say, did y'all see the way he was acting in that meeting? Because what if they like him? So you're trying to test the waters. And so I think she did well with just kind of going, he's so passionate, and kind of let them lead in the conversation. Exactly. Right. Because that makes more sense. Instead of you being that person, because we just got over the whole in my old office. So she didn't want to be laughed at again.
So am I the only one who immediately thought Molly's gonna fuck this nigga?
Oh no, I knew she won't end up on that desk.
Yeah, because the way she looked at him,
legs in the air on the desk.
She was like, temperatures rising.
I don't think I saw it when I looked. I was like, yo, she's so opportunistic. Like, yo, like she really want people to like her, but then like you could tell she had that envy, like, yo, why people like dig him like that? Like, why I see the superstar, why they digging his shine or whatever. So I think it was more a look of envy, like, yo, I need that look. I want to be the go-to person in the office, and I want people to know that I know my shit. Because apparently she has some shit to offer to the conversation that this got over, outshouted. You know what I mean? She got talked over, so she didn't really get a chance to get her opinion out or what she wanted to bring to the table in the meeting. So, I mean, I definitely saw the envy, but not the lust you guys are seeing.
All right, so we got some differing opinions, although I think she's going to end up fucking this nigga.
I do too.
Then they went to We Got Y'all, and Frida was like, guess what, Issa? I talked to Joanne, and I told her how great you were at the recruiting thing, and we got you back in the field. And I'm like, look, Frida is so nice. Like, she's so nice, and people hate her so much. And I'm like, I don't hate Frida. She's way too nice. And at this point, Issa seemed excited, and she was like, oh, thank you, Frida. And then she was like, we'll talk after lunch. And then she went to lunch at this taco spot. And I was like, I bet these tacos good as shit. Because they remind me of this little place in Phoenix that used to sell tacos, and I was like, they was some good ass tacos. And then homie from the Lyft showed up, Nathan, and I immediately said, Danielle probably fell out of her seat when she saw
Yes,
him.
I did.
And I fell out of my seat too. He almost made me drop my taco. I was like,
I saw him.
Okay.
I wanted tacos immediately when I saw him.
I know you ain't want to wait no hour for no taco though.
Listen. If I could spend time with him, I seen where that was going. It's fine. So I would have been like, you said an hour? Okay. All right, where are we going?
And
together.
So when he showed up, Issa dropped the taco, and he walked up, and she was like, is your name, what do you call her, Devin?
Nansford? Nansford. Yes.
That's hilarious.
And the name is so better than Nathan. I was like, yo, Nansford it goes. Like, Nansford goes for him, yo. He looks like a distinguished dude. Like, he could be a Nansford, yo. And it's way better than Nathan.
So at this point, I said Nathan and Issa got good chemistry. And so Issa made some jokes about Nathan whipping ass in her car. And then they walked right up and cut in front of this woman. And I was like, that's so disrespectful. And she was like, I was in line. And they was like, oh, all right then. And I was like, that is such an LA black woman thing to say. I love it.
She wasn't for that shit. She was not for that shit.
She shouldn't have been for that shit. That was so disrespectful.
No, but like she was ready. She was like, okay, I'm gonna see if they catch themselves.
And then I was like, and then Nathan, he's still hating on LA people, just complaining about LA. Y'all niggas do this. I can't believe we gotta wait an hour. And I was like, listen, you know these tacos good as shit if niggas waiting an hour for some goddamn tacos.
With no problem. No
problem. And then I said,
he better be paying for that shit. That's why I was like, he better be paying for this shit.
And then I said, if them tacos so good that it's worth waiting an hour for, I would have picked that shit up when it fell on the ground. Issa tripping. And so then Nathan was like, what we going to do for an hour? And then Issa was like, we can go down to Crenshaw Mall and I'll show you around L.A. So they end up going down to Crenshaw, to this place called Lamar Park. And I was like, it's basically black L.A. Before we get here, so Steph, were you excited to see Nathan back? Not just because of the thirst.
Oh, well, what did you ask me for? You should have asked Devin then.
No,
why
both.
you asking me?
I'm talking about for Issa. Were you excited to see Nathan back for Issa?
But you said not thirst related. God damn it, you messing up my answer. No, I'm kidding.
It can be thirst related for
kidding.
Issa. I'm saying
kidding.
not thirst related for Stephanie.
Oh, for Issa, yes.
Yes, for
But
Issa.
because when he was in the party lift, you didn't really see their chemistry so much because it was the other dude and then Molly there. So I didn't know how this was going to go, but I was like, he's super cute, and he seemed like he was into Issa, but there was too much going on. Punches were being thrown. Molly was there with her wig. I mean, I don't know. So it was way too much going on. But when I saw him, I was like, oh, Lord, please don't be ashy. And he wasn't, because he bought her a new barbecue salmon taco, which, by the way, now I want.
Damn right.
Yeah, that's
I'm on board.
Yo, they was describing them tacos. I was like, okay.
I was like, well, damn.
Yeah.
So apparently that's a real taco spot. That's like a real popular taco spot in LA.
Yeah, that's what she said. I was like, oh, well, damn.
So next time I go to LA, I'm going there.
Right.
So then they went to Lamar Park, and she was like, yeah, this is black LA. We got black businesses. We got black people living here. We got black art. Like, it's just a black-ass part of town. And then Nathan was like, this ain't like Burbank. And Issa was like, bitch, Burbank is not LA. And and then he was like, yeah, I'm from Houston. And I was like, there's something going on between them at this point. And then he was like mad laid back. But I was like, something seems off about him. But maybe I'm jaded because of Daniel and fucking Lawrence. And then he said he was a barber and that he ain't trying to be behind no chair, so he going mobile.
Yo, that shit like hit me. Like, I was like, yo, so like, nigga, like, how you getting money right now? Like, what's really going on? Like, is you
enough money to give Issa a $50 tip in the Lyft?
Yeah, so I'm like, he must have been good. He must be good.
He must be good. And hold up, so was that nigga that was on the was on that real estate ad? Was that Tiffany's husband?
That's Chad. No, that's Chad. That's Lawrence. He was Lawrence's best friend.
Oh, that's who that was?
Yeah, that's Chad. Yeah.
Oh,
that's why the nigga had a Bluetooth on it. Like, you could be like, oh, that's totally Chad. You know?
Oh, yeah, that nigga is corny as fuck. I thought that was Tiffany's husband.
No.
Oh, all right.
That nigga like a whole herb, yo. Tiffany's husband is a whole bitch and a half.
And so then Nathan was still shitting on LA people. And so then Issa got a text from Frida, and she just ignored that bitch. And she was like, you know what? No, Nathan was like, is this where they shot Training Day?
Training Day.
And she was like, no, that's in the jungles. And he was like, well, let's go there then. So they was like, all right, off to the jungles.
And then Issa hit her with a joke. He was like, oh, I'm feeling it go. Take you to the jungle. I was like, that was cute as shit, yo.
Yeah, that was cute. That was real cute.
And then that's how Danielle would have been. She'd have been mesmerized. Danielle probably wouldn't be able to talk.
What you mean?
You'd have probably been slurring your words and everything.
I would have. Oh no, I'm blind. I would have took his ass for some ice cream and somehow eat ice cream.
Oh,
See?
okay.
Look, super aggressive. Look at this.
That is aggressive. That is aggressive. Bro.
Hey, let's go get ice cream.
I'm gonna show you how to use ice cream.
Look,
Okay.
let's go get an ice cream cone. Okay.
Okay. That's throwback right there. That's throwbacks like the ice cream man, yo. We Wu-Tanging it right now. Okay.
Just saying, that's where I would have went.
What up, Pecan Rican?
Hello?
Look, Danielle got plans on top of plans.
Sure do. Don't play with me.
I have a plan A through plan Z. Okay.
Y'all got the sativa plans though. It's me and
Hello.
you. We making arrangements. Okay. Like, let's dig it, yo. Let's dig it.
So then we went to the therapist. Molly's with her therapist. And she like, I don't want to step on Teresa and Stacy, but they kind of get the attention. And then this nigga Tori get all the attention. And the therapist is like, Molly, why do you always want to be the star? And I was like, this explains a lot about Molly.
It does.
And then she was worried about like being at the bottom and not getting the attention that everybody else gets. And she was like, but why you got to feel like that, though? And then she was like, because I want to be able to start over and I want to be able to do shit on my own. And I haven't been able to do that since Dro was here. And her therapist was like, who the fuck is Dro?
Let me tell you something. I almost screamed at the television like, wait,
like she ain't
what?
never said nothing. She ain't never said nothing about Dro in therapy.
Wait a minute. You have a therapist. I have a whole ass therapist. My therapist know the last time I got fucked. How does your therapist not know about Dro?
Right.
Is she a black woman too? Fuck out of here. What we doing?
So Dro clearly got an effect on her. Like, it's something going on there. I hope she don't do this, but I think she want Dro. Like, I think she want Dro for herself.
Mm-hmm.
I think
without question, she always wanted Dro for herself though.
Who, Molly?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, but I think that's a horrible idea.
It's terrible. They're not even.
They're
not even.
It's a horrible idea.
The only reason that's a good look for her is because of the flexibility Dro has to be with her when she wants to be with him.
No. She wants Dro to be with her.
I know.
Solely.
I know, but I mean that's the only thing. Like, like she doesn't understand it. Like that's not possible. But she feels like she fantasizes about having Dro for herself, and like it would be magical. But like, you can't change somebody that's in a whole open relationship. Like, how's that gonna work?
And why would you want to be in a monogamous relationship with someone who had no problem being in an open relationship with somebody else?
Exactly.
It's not gonna work out.
Steph, I got a question. So did you be like Molly was a pick me chick in that therapy session? Did she classify as a pick me?
She wasn't a real pick me.
Pick me? No,
she wasn't a pick me.
And the one we just saw, I don't think she was pick me.
No, it's not at all.
No, because she would have to say a whole lot more shit.
The pick me would have been like, these other bitches out here doing this, and this, and I got a good job, and nobody want me. Like, that would have been a pick me. But that's not.
I can see why you're going that way, because she was like, they got the woman thing, and then Tarian got the man thing.
Right.
But I think if she had focused more on them, saying like, oh, they're doing this, but they're not doing what I would have done. They're not going after the cases like I would do. I could see more pick me with that.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was that. So then there was Issa and Nathan made it to the jungles. And Nathan was like, LA hood ain't really the hood. And I used to always think that because growing up in Baltimore, like, I wish I had good weather. Like, if you go to the bad parts of Baltimore, you'd be like, these niggas live in like 500 square foot, nothings, with no trees and nothing. In LA, but I mean, LA's just a different type of whole atmosphere, but that's still the hood. Like, it's still the hood. And the weather always makes everything better, though. And so then Issa was like, like, if you say King Kong ain't got shit on me, you'll see. So he was like, King Kong ain't got shit on me. And some woman threw some shit at him. And she's
shut
like,
up, my baby's trying to sleep.
My baby's trying to sleep. Shut the fuck up. And then I was like, what the fuck are you doing, bro? You dumb as shit. So then he was like, truth or dare. Issa was like, truth. And so I was like, I wonder. So when y'all play truth or dare, do y'all always say truth or dare? Or does it depend who you playing with?
I mean, it depends how it's going. You know what I mean? Like, if you with a group of people, sometimes you want to fill it out and we go truth. And then if you feeling froggy, you leave and you say dare. Because, I mean, you want something to pop off.
It depends on who it is.
Facts. Because if I'm in a big group and an ugly person be like, truth or dare, I'm going to say truth.
Let me tell you something. I'm playing with Danielle and Devin. It's always there. Dare next.
Oh, wow.
Facts.
It's going to be a lot of nudity in this.
So do adults still play truth or dare? Is that a thing?
I mean, in small circles, I think they do. I think they
Devin circle, he do it.
Look, man, I feel like, people be having key parties and people be doing all this other stuff, that only people know about. I mean, I feel like you pop off with the truth or dare a little bit. You trying to see where it goes.
Truth or dare to a party.
Hey, look, they be having these sling commercials and everybody be getting it misconstrued. And I'm just saying, it's out there. Them sling parties turning out, you know what I mean? What it turned into.
Look, this is how you know Issa was feeling Nathan. Because if I was Issa, I'd have been like, what are you, 12, nigga? Why are you asking me truth or dare? Like, what kind of shit is this?
But yo, check this out, right?
First of all, that's cute, but that's cute. That's a cute game, though. That's cute.
That's only cute when you really feeling somebody.
I mean, no, I think it's cute when you strangers and like you want to break some
somebody.
ice. Yeah, you want to break the ice
Exactly.
a little bit.
If homie, listen, this is how I know y'all lying. Because if homie at the club with the fucking money braces would have been like truth or dare, Issa, y'all would have been like, get the fuck
in
out
the
of
club.
here.
No,
Yeah.
but again, that's a whole different. Yeah, that's a whole different venue,
area.
Man. Like, yeah, man.
Okay, but he looked good, so I would have been like, I don't care if you want to play hide and go seek, nigga. You look good as hell.
See, that's my point.
No, but
Yeah.
also he did beat up the other nigga in the car for them.
He did. He did.
She's like, you have to defend my honor. You remember? Like
Yeah,
when
he
they was
did
in
do that.
line. He's
That's
like,
true.
Oh,
So
you gonna
it's
defend my
like,
honor? He's like, what? We was wrong with the black lady.
That's true.
yeah. So it's like, it's also partly that too.
So,
But yeah, if you taking a long walk to remember with somebody, I mean, they've been walking for a minute now. You know what I mean? Before, she asked you for this. So I mean, like you just vibing out with somebody. It don't seem like it's nothing. It's not a big thing. So I think it was natural to just be like, hey, truth or dare is something fun. We out here having a good time. I'm from Houston. You out here showing me around. Like, boom, let's keep, chopping it up and see if we really have a connection. And they went from there.
all right, that's valid. So he said, when was the last time you was in a relationship? And
Woo!
she was like, can we do dare, nigga? And
Like, nah, too late.
then she was like, well, I was in a relationship with this nigga for 5 years, and then we broke up. And he was like, oh, 5 years is a long time to throw away. And she was like, well, I cheated on him. And
No, that was honest as shit, though. Like, real talk, yo.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
like-
that was mad honest. I said, it looked like she been wanting to get that off her chest for a long time.
And,
It looked like
I
it
was,
just dropped a whole lot of shit off of her.
and I was watching it with my future sister-in-law, and we were both, because she's actually a therapist or whatever, and I was like, yo, it's crazy how people really open up to strangers more so than the people they actually call friends, yo. Because she wouldn't say that to Molly. Like, she wouldn't let Molly call her out on her bullshit. So, like, to be able to be open with a stranger and just really get that off her chest, I think that helped her get off her chest that she's talking to a stranger. Like, this nigga don't know me. Like,
yeah, so then Nathan was like, said, like, sometimes we all have something that we just got to grow. And at this point, I was like, what's his something, though? Like, he got something. It's something in his past. And I'll talk more about that later. But it's something in his past that I think's fucked up. So then Issa calls Frida and makes up a lie about being sick. And I was like, Frida sounds so concerned. Like, this white woman is so
she
nice.
really did.
She's so nice to Issa.
No.
And I'm like, yeah, something like Frida's gonna be back. Like, she's gonna be back at some point. So then they go to he was like, you from here? She was like, no, I'm from the Hill. And he's like, well, take me there then. And so then they walk around this nice ass neighborhood. And I
To
was
Baldwin
like,
Hills. Yeah.
That's what it is, because I thought it was Baldwin Hills.
and I was like, this is why I want to move to LA. This shit looks so nice. Even Devin would like it, and he hate LA.
No, I don't hate LA. I just like, yo, LA ain't what people think it is, because like LA is spaced the fuck out. Like, there's places and pockets you can chill and shit, but like, yo, LA spread the fuck out, and you gotta drive, and driving fucking sucks in LA, yo.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that traffic is no joke. Like, people in Baltimore and fucking DC think traffic back. Yo, DC traffic, LA traffic don't move, yo.
So, all right. So this is where I guess we want. So then they used to show her house she grew up in, and then Nathan was like, "I dare you to break in," and I was like, "Nigga, you can't get 2 goes in a row. Like, it's truth or dare. Then she got to ask you something, nigga. You can't go twice."
right.
And
Right.
She still did the dare. I was like, "Look, she must really like this nigga. She let him cheat at the fucking game too." And then Issa opened the door. And he was like, that's not really a dare. And he tried to go again. I'm like, bitch, you are cheating.
He said that was easy, wasn't it? Like, that was too easy. Like, nah, because, you just turn it knob.
So,
yeah, look.
I really like this LA filter they put on this scene. They definitely put a filter on this scene. It was really cool. So then Issa was like, all right, then, it's finally your turn. And then Issa was like, I dare you to jump in the pool. And he was like, all right. And she was like, naked. And then I know Steph and Danielle were like drooling at the mouth. when he and then
Let me tell you something, okay? Because when she dared him, I said, "You know what, Issa, you better go ahead, okay?"
I know that's right. Like, naked.
We had a moment. We had a moment, okay? I gave her a slow clap, round of applause because that was like the perfect dare.
OG, savage.
When she said, "Jump in the pool naked," I said, "Okay."
And so Nathan had this look on his face, like he had to like, yeah, I got a big dick look on his face, like, oh, you about to like this.
That's what happens when you know you got big dick energy when you don't have no problem dropping trowel in front of some random ass woman.
Hello, he was ready.
Yeah,
he was ready to show them goods. He was ready.
He unroll this anaconda for you.
Are you ready? Did you see her face? Did you see her face?
I know she was trying to look. I know she was trying to like just look at his face and not look down, but I'd have peeped it like.
I would have looked directly. We would have had eye contact.
And so he got naked and jumped in the pool, and Issa was enjoying that shit, and he was like, "I'm bored in here. You better jump in too." And naked, and she was like, "All right then." And no, she was like, "What's wrong? Your hair?" And she was like, "No, I moisturize." I was like, "That's such an Issa line." And then she took her clothes off. And she was like, "You need to avert your eyes."
Your eyes, so good.
And then Nathan was like, "You ain't avert shit." So then she took her clothes off and she jumped in and she was like, "Bitch, it's cold." That shit was so funny.
Yo, that shit was funny because
I'm
trying to think in my head, like, did my man just like, did he say, "Yeah, the water feels nice"? Like, did he do that just to mess with her? Like, was it cold? But I seen steam rise from so it looked like a heated pool to me.
Yeah, I know, it looked like a heated pool to me. And plus, if it was cold, that nigga wouldn't be that confident to jump in there. Just saying. Then I was like, these niggas is naked in some white man's pool.
Right,
like,
I knew it was the White House. I did. But like, yo, when you're doing stuff like that, why the fuck do you feel like you got all day to do it? Like, I feel like we did the dance and all this thing, but we can't just be out here moseying around, just trying to lie like he in it and shit. This ain't our house. We broke in. Like, we literally broke in.
Y'all niggas tripping. And so Issa, I think she's starting to realize, she said something about she used to rap, and I was like, I think she's starting to realize that, like, she need to get rid of a lot of the old shit, but she don't need to forget where she came from.
And who she is and what she likes and shit, yeah.
So then here's the part, right? So then he had this big-ass scar on his arm, on his shoulder. And Issa was like, what happened? And he was like, oh, it been like that. And then he changed the subject immediately. I think that nigga was in a domestic violence issue. Did y'all?
Oh, really?
Yes.
You think so?
Yes.
Oh.
I think that's what his issue. I think that's what his thing's going. Because we already know he got anger issues. He was beating the shit out of that nigga in the car.
I don't think towards
domestic violence. Oh wow, that's.
Look, he also said something else. Did I write it down here? He said,
he lost everything in the hurricane. I thought.
Yeah. So then he was talking about Houston, and he was like, these Houston girls, they don't think like me. Like, they don't got nothing for me. That's why I had to leave them.
I felt like he left the whole family in Houston. Yes.
No, but he specifically said, like, these Houston girls ain't got, like, he's like, they don't never want to leave Houston. They don't got nothing for me. I had to leave them. And I was like, so you generalizing the whole city of women? Like, and
everybody ain't woke. Everybody ain't evolved. Because I was like, here we go.
Yes. And so, and then he had that big-ass scar, and Issa specifically said, what's that? He was like, oh, I've been had that. But he immediately said, but then what you doing with this place or something like that? Like, just completely changed the subject so she would forget about it, and then he never addressed it again. So
maybe he was insecure. Maybe the scar was ugly.
No,
maybe it's like gang. It's bad to say. Maybe it's gang related.
Gang related. Yeah, no, I
don't know if it's like with a woman, but
I wouldn't say a woman. I wouldn't say a woman. Maybe he just beats up people.
I think it's a story behind.
But
like,
if it was just a
man,
listen, men. The way men's masculinity works, they would look at that as like a badge of honor. Like, if you got that shit in a fight, or like a gang fight or some type of big ass fight, like, you'd be like, men would brag about that shit. Yeah, look, this is my battle scar from blah 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 blah, right? But he ain't say none of that shit, and so he immediately changed.
But bro, you lose something in a hurricane, bro. You maybe got that scar doing that shit. Like, that was like surreal for me. Like for him to be open about he lost everything in
But
a
then he
hurricane,
would have
bro.
said that. Because immediately
He did.
before that, no, he would
mean,
have said,
he
I
didn't
got
say
this
nothing
scar in the hurricane. Like, that's a very easy thing, especially.
I mean, that nigga said he left, or he just left everything. So, like, I mean, I think he got a whole family he left.
He said that. He said, he said, nothing was holding me there except myself. So I left. He was like, he said, my house got flooded in the hurricane, but I could have stayed. If you already talking about the hurricane and shit, you would have been like, yeah, when the hurricane happened, like, I fell, and that's how I got this. Like,
I think, but like I seen it on his face that like he didn't really want to talk about the hurricane too much though. Like,
listen, y'all niggas got these positive intentions. I think there's something wrong with this nigga. I'm gonna be right too. I'm gonna be right.
Yeah.
You see him going hard though.
Yeah, no, he right. He pushed back. He pushed back.
Maybe he was abused as a child. You over here talking to nigga, he hit a woman.
Watch. Listen, all right, I'm gonna be right. Right, watch. I'm gonna be right, and y'all gonna come on here. And y'all gonna have to bow down because I was fucking right.
All right, Beyonce.
Whatever, nigga. You're gonna have to owe us an apology because he's gonna have a sad backup story as to why he has that scar. His dad cut him or something like that.
Dad used to beat him or some shit. Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
So yeah, we'll see. All right, we'll see. Maybe you're right. Maybe I need to be more positive with Nathan. So Issa was like,
it's Nansford, goddamn it. His name is Nansford.
He was like, you should do music again, and since that's your passion. And then the white man came and was like, call the cops, honey. These niggas in our pool. And so they got this shit and ran into the car. And I was like, y'all just sitting in the car kicking the shit in front of these niggas' house? Like, what? Y'all better be out of here, bro. The cops will be chasing y'all. What the fuck? And so Nathan was like, so what we about to do next then? I was like, damn, nigga, you not bored yet? Like, the fuck?
No.
And
but again, like, it was cold. So it was more than an hour and some change.
But when he said what's next, that was his way of like, I'm trying to fuck without saying it, in my opinion. But that's and so then
after they got the tacos, I think when Issa was like, well, and Issa, initiated like going back to the crib. I was like, yeah, it might go down. It's about to go down.
So then they went back to Molly's job, and Molly's still using that stupid ass voice, like even more pronounced here. It was really making me angry. And then she rolled up on the two women, and she was like, I can help you out with this Patterson case. Like, just let me help you guys out with this shit. And I was like, okay, look at Molly trying to fit in. Good for you.
Taking that advice from the therapist. I was like, yeah, it's gonna work. So
then Issa and Nathan back in her crib, and she don't got no damn furniture. They sitting on boxes and shit. And before that, they picked up these cold ass tacos. And I said, look, it's one thing for you to it's one thing for you to take this nigga back to your house, right? And fuck him. But that's cool. What's not cool is you talking about warming up some tacos in the microwave.
In the microwave, yeah.
I'm not about to eat no warmed up microwave tacos. All right?
Trash.
Listen, that's not what's about to happen. We're going to Uber eat something. We're going to Uber eat something.
After paying all that money and waiting for an hour, you better eat them fucking tacos.
Listen, I'm eating tacos cold. I'm not warming them motherfuckers.
After you waited for an hour, you better eat those tacos.
Homeboy, when he heard, I got a microwave. Let me tell you something. Issa snacky ass offered me like a place to sit and a microwave. Yeah, I'm gonna go there.
She didn't even say stove. She said microwave.
Microwave.
No,
she did.
That's what I said. I said microwave.
I know.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying. Like Issa didn't say stove. Nothing. Like fuck that. I need something to warm. I need an oven. Like
certain things you need to put in the oven. Maybe I'm being judgmental. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Maybe they weren't hard tacos. Maybe they were soft tacos.
Still don't make a difference.
Yeah, I'm putting that in the oven.
I'm not putting a taco in the microwave.
Y'all out here talking about that fucking Taco Bell shit. Like that shit ain't
I'm not putting
happening.
no damn taco in the microwave.
Taco Bell.
Well, maybe it
was
in
a talking about.
Maybe it was what, Danielle?
In a heated bag.
In a heated bag.
Danielle with positive intention. So
Listen,
then
that man fine, okay?
I see. I see what it does. I see what it does to your mind.
Yes, it does.
So then Tiffany texts Issa about going to Coachella, and I was like, "This came out of the blue." Did they already talk about going to Coachella? Did I miss that?
I didn't know. No, they talked about the what they were staying, the accommodations and shit, but they didn't say it was Coachella last week.
Oh yeah. So then she playing. He was like, "Oh, you going to Coachella?" She was like, "Yeah, Cardi B, Beyonce. Damn right, I'm going to that shit." And then they had that awkward silence, and I was like, "Oh, they about to kiss." And so then they kissed, and I said, "Somebody gonna knock on this damn door." And soon as I said that, soon as I tweeted that shit out, somebody knocked on the damn door, and this little nigga rolls up with a fucking rat tail, talking
He's
about,
He's a star.
"My mama said you changed the locks, and so I can't get in my house."
So we locked out. Yeah, we locked out because you changed the locks.
And she was like, "No, I didn't." And she's like, "My mama said you did." And he was like, "Ooh,
You did. I said,
what you doing? You in there eating tacos and kissing on the mouth?"
You know, that joke was everything.
It was everything like a badass nosy little kid.
It's like, oh my God, this little boy, no, he didn't say kissing on the mouth. I can't.
And then she was like, hold up, nigga. And she closed the door and she went back. And Nathan was like, "Well, I guess you got to take care of that. So thank you for the LA day."
Ooh, I would have been so. Oh my God! First of all, he would have been spending the night. Okay, ain't nobody about to mess up. Ain't nobody messing up nothing. You are not about to slow intimately kiss me like that.
Not in Danielle's house. She like,
listen. No, I need y'all to understand. I need
no. So I was going to ask Danielle, did she think that Issa was moving too fast? But I think I just got my answer.
No, okay.
Because he was staying the night. He's spending the night. So was it already understood that he was spending the night, Danielle?
So where are they going to spend the night at? On that hard ass floor?
I know that air mattress. Molly dropped the air mattress.
Oh yeah, they did get an air mattress.
We can make a palette. First of all, he slowly, intimately kissed her. Then you gonna sit here and say, "Oh yeah, it looks like you got business to take care of." Nigga, you better sit down and take a nap. That's what I'm doing. You going? Where are you going?
Once that's about to get you on her way, you not going. You not
Danielle
getting
be keeping niggas.
Wow.
Stephanie, you not about to give me no good night kiss.
Savage as fuck. I love it.
Give me no good night kiss, and then he over here like, all right.
For a lot. I was like, I was about to hop through the TV and give him some pussy then. I was like, damn.
Girl, I would have dropped the taco again with my pants off.
Chill, yo. Chill.
Danielle be keeping niggas captive, yo. You better watch out for her.
Yeah.
She gonna, I see. You don't want to end up on snaps.
Yeah, you get caught in that spider web, you is not getting away. Getting away.
The spider web.
You heard it. She said, "Once you here, you ain't going nowhere. You was here for the night, sir."
It's gonna be locked. You spend the night. Which side you want to sleep on?
Oh God.
See,
in the air mattress.
And so Nathan said, like, we need to do this again. So Steph, after this part, this is the last time we see Nathan this episode. Are you optimistic or pessimistic about the future between Issa and Nathan?
I should be pessimistic, but I'm not. I'm actually kind of optimistic. This is season 3. I feel like, Issa may not mess this up.
Oh, she gonna mess it up. We all know that.
I'm saying, but I want to be more optimistic because I'm loving this more adult Issa, living on her own, not like taking like sorry ass quote unquote apology head, quitting her job. I'm like, look, I'm all about grown up Issa, so I'm optimistic.
Okay. Danielle, what about you?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
Are you optimistic or pessimistic about the future of Issa and Nathan? You think it's gonna work out?
I'm optimistic. I don't know, cause I don't know, man. I mean, like, I like him for her so far, but I don't know. We got to get to know more about all jokes aside. Even though I don't see him doing no evil or wrong right now, cause he's so fine. But she need to find out a little bit more about him though, cause if he does have like a temper problem, I can already see how many mirror conversations she gonna have with herself about not hitting this nigga. So I don't know, man. I'm optimistic.
What about you, Dev?
I definitely think we're gonna see him again. Where this relationship develops, I have no idea, but it's gonna be exciting to actually, we're actually gonna get another Daniel. We're gonna see somebody evolve, and we're gonna get more of his backstory. So it's gonna be cool to see how that plays out, because H-Town is always a nice little fun ride.
I know. We just had the ladies from H-Town, the Two Woke Girls podcast. They were fun as shit.
Yep.
So then we went back to Molly's job, and this is where she had that dress on. I said, look at Molly. God damn, she looked thick here. And so I was thirsting for Molly right here. And I've always thirsted for Molly, though. She...
I did too a little bit, just a little bit. I mean, I'm an Issa fan, but I was immediately upset because I knew what the fuck was gonna happen. As soon as we got back to the office, I was like, God damn it, Molly, why can't you stay out your own way?
So Stacey and Teresa rolled up on her and was like, so can we meet tonight about this Patterson case? And she was like, I can't tonight. And then she was like, what about tomorrow night? And then Tori
what about the weekend?
Tori came out, was like, Molly, are you ready? And I was like, did she wear this damn dress for him? Like, what the fuck's going on here? So, like, what do y'all think was going on here? I was confused.
No, fuckery, that's what it was. I mean, like, that's what it was. I was just fucking angry because she's sabotaging herself. Yo, go about it the right way. Be more helpful to somebody instead of trying to be like, oh, I'm rolling with the stars now. Like, yo, you could have been helpful and have been an asset to those women. And now you turn your back on your sister. Like, the whole sisterhood you could have bonded with these women. You just threw that away to try to, like, be with a star, put yourself with a star, and hopefully, I don't know if she's not trying to fuck. I hope she's not trying to fuck this nigga. I just hope. I didn't see that coming. But if y'all right, I'm going to be like, fuck Molly 28 times because she's in the fucking way. She's always in her own goddamn way.
Yes.
Yeah, that's kind of harsh.
What were you thinking here? Do you think, like, Molly was trying to play both sides? Like, what's going on with her?
She's trying to play both sides.
Definitely.
She's trying to, because here it is. I don't even know at this point if it's about the guy. It's more about her wanting to be a star. And right now she is not. And so she's looking at it like, oh, if I get in good with him, because it seems like the head of the firm really likes the guy.
Comes to Tori in a lot for like, he's
right.
a star.
Right. So it's kind of like, oh, I got to get in good with him. But you're not going to fuck over like the other women at the office to get there. Because I'm sorry. They've been there long enough to know. I'm like, girl.
Right. You benefit nothing from...
Nothing. It's like, you could have did both. Or you could have been like, why didn't she just say yes? Instead of going like, oh, I don't know about tonight. I'm like, you could have said, yeah. Like, let me get back to you and let me check my schedule.
Mm-hmm.
That's all she had to do. But oh no. And then it didn't help that he came out like, oh, you about to get started? Because I think if she had said, yeah, tonight, I'm like, maybe, or if she said, maybe not tonight, maybe sometime this weekend we could look at it. She could have did that too. So you can do both. If you were saying, oh no, pile on my plate because you're new, so you're not all that damn busy, you could have did both, but she didn't.
Nope. And she did that shit out in the open too. She was like, I'm out. She didn't even try to massage it. So
right. Oh man, went right in that office.
And
right
the one woman, Stacey, she gave her the evil eye. She gave her that side eye. And I was like,
this bitch. And like it's done. Like you now have damaged your relationship in the workplace with these two women. Not one of them, but both of them.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like Molly's thinking this calculation that she's gonna warm up with the men, like that'll get her up higher. Because it seems like her whole thing is she just wants to be like on top or be recognized. So she's probably like, I may not be above these men, but I can be the top woman here. That's what it seems like. And so she thinks the best way to do that is to like buddy up with the men.
Yeah, like she was trying to her old firm when she was trying to get interested in the things the partner was talking about and stuff like I think it was golf or some shit like that. Maybe like season 1. But yeah, like you can tell like she thinks she knows the patriarchy and she's trying to get in good with the good old boys club because she says she's fed up with that shit in therapy, like this being a good old boy club and I can't really move up or whatever. So I don't know, but like I was just really turned off by that.
Yeah, me too. So then they go back to Issa, and she rolled up. She took her box of trash and dumped it in the actual trash. And I was like, so this is symbolic that she's getting rid of her old shit. And then they went to her job, and I was like, oh, she about to quit. And she was looking. And they showed the camera. Is that Danielle? Danielle.
I muted it. My bad.
Oh,
Go ahead.
okay. I thought that was you talking. Okay, so then they did this camera trick where they like showed all the white people in the office and made it look like it was from her perspective. So like she's looking around at all the white people in her office, and then Frida rolls up to her all positive and shit, like, "Hey, Issa, I found your assignment. You're gonna be working at this school and blah blah blah." And then Issa was like, yeah, I can't do this no more." And then Frida was like, "Do what?" And she was like, "All of this. Like, I quit." And Frida's face was so good right here. She just looked so hurt and shocked. And then next thing you know, Issa's walking out. And I was like, Issa ain't been this happy since she got fucked by Daniel in the studio. So.
Very true. All facts. Hey, so my little cousin was over for a little, like, Labor Day cookout for my pops or whatever, right? So he got married, and he's living with my aunt, with his wife, which is hilarious. My man quit his job because they had promised him a promotion and then it didn't come through. So he said, "Wife and all, I quit." He has no other job aspirations or anything right now. No prospects. Just quit a job without having one. And I was like, well, Issa can't get by on just Lyft and being his property manager. If she already owes him, she don't got no money. I mean, being a property manager ain't paying you that much.
She thinks she got it in at that beat screw place. And I think she does too.
I hope so. I hope it works out.
That's where she's going. Yeah. So, Danielle, what are you looking forward to next week?
I want to see more of Nate.
Of course.
Not gonna happen. We getting the whole women's episode.
I do. I want to see more of him. I want to see what her intentions are. If she really is trying to get with this dude, or I'm curious to see I really want to see what her intentions are for real.
Steph, what are you looking forward to next week?
I can't wait to see them. I saw the preview. I can't wait to see their high asses at Coachella. I can't wait. Because I know it's going to be funny as hell.
Can't wait. I definitely can't wait because we get is her name Kim? What's her name? Is it Kim?
Who?
Issa's friend. Kelly, my
Kelly.
bad. Can't wait to see Can't wait to see Kelly geeking out and see what kind of fun they get into in Coachella, because I feel like somebody trying to fuck somebody while they out there at Coachella. But it's gonna be dope, and I just can't wait.
Is pregnant. She out there pregnant at Coachella. So.
Tiffany,
yeah, she pregnant.
Oh.
Like, who's Angela? Angela Yee.
You mean Amanda Seals? But
Amanda Seals. Why I say Angela Yee? I don't know what the fuck.
I was like, I don't know who he's talking about. I was like, well, is she gonna be on the show?
I thought he was breaking some news. Yeah. Breaking news, y'all.
Listen, I was thinking about people who be around Charlotte. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, I mean that's all correct. That's all correct.
But yeah,
true.
Amanda Seals is all pregnant and shit. She's gonna be at Coachella, so she can't do no drugs.
It looked like she took a shot though. It did like she took a shot.
It was probably like sparkling cider or something like that in there.
Knowing her, you're right.
Yeah, so she gonna be the only sober person there with all them fucked up. So she's gonna be judgmental as shit.
Ooh, she's spilling everybody's business too.
So do y'all think the whole episode is gonna be Coachella, or do you think we're gonna get some other plot points?
You gotta get the drive to Coachella, and Coachella more than one day, so I feel like it's a whole Coachella episode.
Okay. All right. Yeah, so you guys got anything else about this episode?
You know what? I feel like we don't get enough representation for middle class black people. I feel like we always show high-end black people or in the hood black people. And when they was walking, I was like, oh, cool. We get to see middle class black people. But if black people don't stay together, guess what? We got to give up this middle class life. Because she's like, Issa was like, her parents got divorced, and then why couldn't they stay together for the kids so the kids could swim? I was like, damn. But we need more middle class black kids. Black representation on TV because we don't see it enough.
Mm-hmm. All right. Anybody else got anything left? No.
Nah, I'm just excited for the next one.
I want a barbecue salmon taco. I think.
We got to do it. That
thing looks so good.
We can definitely end off there. Everybody wants that barbecue salmon taco. Definitely.
Steph, what do you have coming up on your podcast?
This week is the 50th episode of my podcast. So I made it to episode 50. And I'm joined by Rashani's better half, Nisha, and Trilificent from Ratchet Ramblings, and we discussed the Real Housewives of Potomac reunion.
How was that? Was it ratchet like Atlanta?
No. Not really, no, because they in Potomac. They not that ratchet, but still.
They throw shade. They throw shade better than anybody else.
They definitely throw shade. And the person who had the most storyline was messy as hell, and that is Ashley, because she's messy as fuck.
See, Danielle, you need to get on this Ratchet TV so you can give us updates.
Danielle too busy. Doing
Listen, you ain't lying though.
Listen.
Listen though. Ratchet TV is hilarious, yo. I used to be really big into it, but you're right though. I do be
You got the hotline. Your shit been buzzing like a goddamn magic wand over there and shit.
Okay.
You got all the vibration over there.
These 3 light-skinned niggas that's about to come through, okay?
See, let me know when Steph's favorite Stevie J gets back on TV.
Lord have mercy.
Let me know when that happens, and I'll be back.
How about quarter to never?
I mean, he stay working, though.
Where can they find your podcast and listen to this 50th episode?
You can listen on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Stitcher, TuneIn, Castbox, Spotify, iHeartRadio.
Cool. So we will be back next week. We're going to do a show. Our regular show may get postponed till Wednesday, but we'll see. But we'll have that coming out. And then next week we have a special guest on, which we'll talk about tomorrow on the regular show. But that'll be really, really cool. And we'll be back next week sometime to do Insecure episode 5, right? Episode 5.
Right.
Yeah.
So thank you guys for listening. Before you go, make sure you leave us a 5-star review and subscribe to our show on iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify. There's some other places, but those are the main places. So just leave us a review, subscribe there, and we'll be back soon. Talk to you later.
Get it from my mama, and you don't know where your daddy at. Knick-knack, daddy whack, give a dog a bone. Put it on him, boy, your nigga never coming home. I'm a flex like a boy, I'm a 10, she a joy. Stupid hoe, unimportant, unattractive, unemployed. Get some guap, get some chicken, guap, get some bread.